I'm gonna hold your hand as I say this. I think we need to reconsider listening to the song, Baby It's Cold Outside. You know, this one.
It's bad out there.
Say, what's in this
No
drink?
cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew
Your
how
eyes are like starlight
to
now.
make me smile.
I'll take your hat, your hair looks swell.
Okay, so if like me, you grew up listening to this song on the radio, you're driving in the Christmas season through the snow, lights all around, you've got your hot cocoa in hand, and this one comes on. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, it's so cute, it's so charming, it's this man and woman so madly in love. She's feeling like she needs to leave, and he's trying to convince her to stay. And if you've thought this, that's okay, there's no judgment here. But I want to provide you with a slightly different perspective about the messaging that's actually underneath the surface. My name is Amanda Ramey. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor associate, trained in EMDR, trauma-informed, and the niche population that I serve are women in coercive and controlling relationships. And it's important to note here, we're gonna go through some of these lyrics, and if you don't see this or have a different opinion, that's okay. But I want you to come in with ears to hear and just an opportunity to maybe think through the things that we are ingesting in society, the things that we've romanticized might not actually be worth all of the hype or putting them on the pedestal that they may or may not have been on. So if you were to go to Google, type in Dean Martin's Baby It's Cold Outside and look through the lyrics. We're just gonna actually look at the female's call, and then we'll kind of bring in the male's response to what she's saying here. So just a couple of statements that I thought would be worth bringing to your attention are, we hear her saying, I really can't stay, I've got to go away, say what's in this drink, I wish I knew how to break this spell, I ought to say no, 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 and then later in the song she says the answer is no, so point blank, I've got to go home. So all of this messaging communicates to me that this individual either feels obligated to leave or is feeling uncomfortable in the situation that she's in. And just thinking about it, if I were sitting across from a client, my heart is to empower them to feel like they can make autonomous decisions without guilt or shame. However, what we see in response from the male here is not that. It's actually similar to what we might call DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. And here's why I want you to look at the male's perspective in response to the female. We hear him repeatedly saying, but baby, it's cold outside. Okay, great. This is just a general statement about the weather. Awesome. But when we look at it in context of the song, it's actually in response to her concerns. There are several times when she brings up points of worry or concern, and his response is not acknowledging that for her, it's actually dismissing it. So it's kind of denying that whatever she's saying has no merit and isn't important enough to listen to. For example, she says, my father will be pacing or my sister will be suspicious. And in response to these, he says, listen to the fireplace roar and your lips look so delicious. So we're completely seeing an erasing of any value to the words that she has to say and looking a little bit more at what he thinks his needs and desires are, which is her being with him in this time and space. We're seeing a lot of denial on his part to anything that she's saying and really just discrediting the boundaries that she's setting in place. He kind of begins to emotionally attack her, and then we really see him pull out that last stop in DARVO, reverse victim offender, when he says things like, how can you do this thing to me and think of my lifetime sorrow? Oh my goodness. So this guy is completely using her boundary as a betrayal to him, and he then becomes the victim of her decisions to honor herself. So I know that's a lot to throw at you. I know that's a lot to pull out of just this simple Christmas song, but I do think it's important to consider here, what are we listening to? What are we speaking? Because again, we've probably sung the lyrics and didn't think anything of it. It's really important to be mindful of the things in society that we prop up without actually thinking through of the weight that they might be carrying. So what I really want you to hear me say out of all of this is, you are worthy of setting boundaries. No is a complete sentence, and you are allowed to create space and have the person on the other end of that boundary respect it. not make you feel guilt or shame. And I know that during the season of the holidays, it can be extremely easy to continue saying yes to all of the things and feel like you don't have room to set those boundaries because you will be mean. But what I promise you is this: boundaries are loving for you as the individual, they're loving for the individual on the other side of that boundary, and they're loving for the relationship as a whole. So I will leave you with this alternate song for you to listen to during the holiday season. It's called Baby It's Cold Outside by Lydia Liza and Josiah Lemansky. Go give it a listen.